for this holiday season. Our big deal is certainly going to impress. From Apple, this is the latest, just released last month, the Apple Watch Series 5. This is something that is just blowing people away because so many great upgrades on this. First of all, it's a watch now that never sleeps. It keeps you in touch with text, emails, hand-free calls. This can help crush your fitness goals, even keeps an eye on you, like your heart rate. Even if you fall, can detect that. And oh yeah, it tells time, and it's got all the apps that you love to use on your iPhone and iPad built there right on your wrist. Craig Smith is one of our technology experts. He brings us the biggest brand names in tech. But what's so great about Craig is he doesn't believe that technology should be confusing.
No.
It should be fun. Welcome,
Yes.
Craig Smith.
Great to see you as always.
It's great to see you, and it's great to see the latest, greatest from Apple, the Series 5 and the watch.
If you're going to get tech, everyone always wants to get the latest and greatest. And this is the watch that came out just last month. So just a couple of weeks ago, Apple made the announcement they're going to come out with a new version of the watch. We've got it here at QVC. It's got the massive screen. It's got more storage than ever. It also doesn't turn off and go to the black screen like the previous generations have done. We're going to dive into all of the great features that this thing can do because it's a watch, it's a fitness tracker, it's so many things that you can do with this amazing little piece of technology.
Yeah, like infinite ways to personalize, too, just the face of the watch.
Yes.
So we're going to have a lot of fun with that. But let's go through what you're going to have to decide for our QVC2 big deal. There's a couple of choices. First of all, you're going to choose the size of the watch that you want. We have a 40 millimeter. And here we have a little bit of the larger, the 44 millimeter. 44 is classic example for the guys, 40 for the girls. But some of you, if you love boyfriend watches, ladies, you might want to go with the 44. So there's your first choice, your size. Then you're going to choose the color of the face of the watch. That's the case, right?
Yes.
This is an aluminum case. So we
A
have
little bezel around the side there, yep.
this color is considered.
That's the space gray, and that
Okay.
will come with the black band.
Then we have
That's your gold, and that comes with the pink sand band. And the third choice is your silver. So the silver watch bezel with the white band. We have had a couple questions throughout the course of the day. All of these watches are the aluminum casing. Apple does make a version of the 5 that comes in ceramic. That's not one of the ones that we have. So those are all aluminum case watches that you have there, the 40 or the 44. And then the third choice, what color would you like your accessories?
Yeah, because you're going to get a carrying case. You're also going to get, in total, 3 bands. So now you're picking the color of your accessories and additional bands. So starting off here with the rose gold.
That's right.
And that gives you a camel kind of cognac color band, and
Yeah,
that's leather.
That'll be the leather one.
Okay.
And then the white stripe on the nylon band.
All right. I
option.
love the silver because you get like a race car red leather
That's
band.
really awesome right there.
Yeah, that's a pop of drama.
And even the nylon one, too. Look at the pretty little colors in there, too.
Really
cool.
pretty. Okay, this one's great for guys or for gifting. If you go with the black, you're going to get the black leather band and a nice black and gray striped nylon band. And then we have the gold. And this is an interesting twist, what we did with the gold choice, Craig.
Yeah, so we didn't give you a gold band. We gave you the blue leather band and then the gray stripe on the nylon band. One of the neat things, one of the reasons we're giving you all of these extra bands, because with the Apple Watch, not only can you change the face of the watch in a matter of seconds, you can also change these bands relatively easily as well. So maybe you'll wear the nice little rubberized band that we have right here when you're going to the gym. You're working out in the morning, and then you want to put on something a little bit more professional looking, like the leather band when you go to work after your workout. So you get to change the face of the watch, change the entire look of it. So don't think of it as, oh, I'm just getting the person one watch, and I hope they really like that watch face. No, you'll be changing the look and the feel of this device whenever you're
No, it's a great option because I gifted my husband an Apple Watch. This was a while ago, so it probably was the Series 3. And I had to go out and buy additional bands because he's like, honey, I can't wear the nylon that I wear at the gym when we're going out to a nice dinner.
Yeah, it doesn't look right. It's professional and sharp.
Yeah, so now you don't have to shop for the additional pieces. And if giving it as a gift, now the person you're giving the gift to doesn't have to go shopping either. But this is such a great value for you, too, because not only are you getting the watch in the size that you want it and the color that you want around the case, you're getting the accessories, 3 bands total, and the carrying case. So if you got the 40 millimeter, our QVC price is $665. But because it's our star product of the day, you're getting it for about $95 less. So that's a nice real savings for you. Plus we add in our Best Easy Pay, which means you pay with a credit card, you get it right away, but pay over time. That monthly payment, $94.99. You can't go to the Apple Store and say, yeah, I'll take your brand new Series 5 watch, but I need 6 months to pay for it. No, they don't do that. Then we have the 44 millimeter. Again, our QVC price is $699. We're $100 less right now with our Best Easy Pay and free shipping and handling. That adds an additional $14 savings. But once the big deal goes, and this is the final presentation, I believe.
It is.
Once the big deal goes, guess what? The price jumps back up. The Best Easy Pay, that goes away, and our free shipping and handling, that is in jeopardy too. So now that we've showed you your color choices, and we'll revisit them again, let's talk about, again, the upgrades from the Series 3, and let's see in action some of the things this watch can do.
Yeah, so first of all, if you were to go to the Apple Store today and look at the Apple Watches available, the Series 3 is still available. The big difference between that and this version, first of all, there's a faster processor that we have right here. Secondly, you get the larger screen size, so I'm wearing the 44 millimeter on my watch. And one thing you're going to notice, see how it looks a little dimmed on the screen? New upgrade with this series of the watch. Now, traditionally, the Apple Watch has had built-in technology that when you're not holding it up to your face, it would actually turn it into sleep mode. So it would turn the face off itself.
Yes.
You just look at a black screen. You're noticing I haven't touched this watch and it's facing away from me. So it doesn't turn itself off, it just dims the screen. So we still have access to be able to look at all of our information. And to bring it back to full life, just one little tap right there. Brings your watch right back to action there. You can see all the different things that you can have on here on the Apple Watch. And one new addition with this version as well, we now have 32 gigabytes of built-in storage capacity. Now, I know we talk about storage a lot with the iPads and with the iPhones and other pieces of technology like computers per se, and we always talk about videos and movies and television shows. You will not be watching your television shows on this Apple Watch, but one of the reasons you want to have more storage is for this little application right there. You see the little musical note? Yay! That's your music library. Now you'll be able to download 4 times the amount of music.
Thank goodness, yes!
And what's neat about this, if you want to wear this Apple Watch into the gym, you can actually download musical content on your watch, and then you don't need to have your phone nearby.
Yes!
And you can take a Bluetooth set of headphones. If you have the AirPods, for example, which we also have available here at QVC. Let's say you pop the AirPods in, and you can stream the music off of your wrist.
Yes!
How many times have you gone to the gym and you played the old game of, I'm going to try to balance this on the elliptical machine and hope that it stays in its space, or I'm going to try to put it over the side of the room.
Craig, this is exactly why I don't have an Apple Watch yet. I've been waiting for this. I'm a music junkie, and before I was like, if I can't play the music library that I want to, I'm not interested yet. My husband doesn't care about music, so that's why he has one. But here's a great thing I think to point out right now. You do need to have an iPhone to have the iWatch, right?
100%.
Okay.
So if you were to buy this watch and you don't have an iPhone, it's not going to work.
Okay.
It's not going to be able to show you anything. So it actually partners with an iPhone Series 5 or newer. And if you're trying to figure out, well, which version of the Apple iPhone that I have, we're now on the Series 11. They now have iPhone 11 is out there. So if you bought an iPhone, I'd say anytime within the last 4 to 5 years, you have a current version of the iPhone that's going to work with this.
Gotcha.
And there's an actual app on your phone that Apple pushed to everybody who has an iPhone. Before the first Apple Watch launched, they pushed this application to you. It's called the Watch application. You'll use that application off of your phone, and that's what allows these two devices to talk to one another. So when you first do the setup process, hundreds of the applications that can be on your phone now transfer over right here on your wrist. So now all of a sudden you're in that meeting, get a quick text message. Oh, I can check that out right here. Or the phone call comes in. You don't want to take that call. You can decline it right here without being that person going, oh, my phone just rang in the meeting. Where do I got to find it? No. That won't happen with the Apple Watch.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to get one because it would be nice when I'm out here for 3 hours doing my work. If something's happening at home with the boys, I can at least know because I can get a text here because normally I just have to leave my iPhone back in my dressing room. I do also want to point out that this does not come with the cellular service, right?
That's true, yes.
So please just let me know what, is that super uber important and what is it important for? Because it still seems like you're going to be able to do a lot. You said answer calls,
yes,
even though it doesn't have a cellular function. Can you help break that down for me?
Yeah, and it's a lot of tech gobbledygook we're going to dive into here for a second just to explain all of that. So basically the way the Apple Watch works, as I mentioned, it's going to pair with your iPhone. So your iPhone, all the data off of here is going to transfer over onto your Apple Watch. As long as your phone is within close proximity, you'll still be able to get all the phone calls, the text messages, the emails. or if you're near a Wi-Fi signal. So let's say I leave by mistake. I leave my phone here at QVC. I go home tonight. As soon as I walk in the door, my watch will connect to my home Wi-Fi network, and therefore I get a text message. I'll still get it here on the wrist. They do make a version of the Apple Watch that has its own cellular signal. The challenge with that means you're reaching out to your cell phone carrier and saying, yeah, I want to pay a little bit more on my bill.
Yeah.
Because you pay for that service every single month. So if you're somebody like me, that traditionally you're going to have your phone with you all the time, or it's going to be in close proximity, you don't need that cellular service, because basically the way all of that data will come when you're out and about, all the messages, all the emails, all the phone calls come through here and then instantaneously bounce over to your wrist. You're good to go without the cellular service.
Okay, so that's so to me, it's just like, why pay for the extra when you probably aren't going to need it? Most people aren't going to need it.
Rare circumstances you may think you need it, but overwhelmingly you're not going to need it.
Okay, awesome. So, but let's go back to the core of Apple Watch. Why are we putting this on our wrist? What we could do with our phone?
Well, you can do so much on your phone, but the first Apple Watch came out when the whole fitness tracker phase really took off, and that's where Apple really kind of answered that call, because this is an amazing fitness tracker. Does so many of those things the other fitness trackers do, and oh, by the way, much more, in addition to all the other content. So just to show you what Apple's been doing with the fitness tracker, if you take a look at my wrist here, we actually have one of the faces that we have on the application is what they call their activity tracker. And there's a great look at it right there. See those three little rings? Apple created these three little rings. This is one of the watch faces I chose. If I press down on the screen, I'll actually be able to show you. It's called the activity analog face. And these three little rings, what they stand for are the number of calories I've burned today, the number of minutes of activity I've had in yellow, and then the blue, there's actually a recommendation that you stand up at least once per hour for 12 separate hours a day. So the nice thing about having these three rings and access to them, and not other fitness trackers don't do it quite the same way that Apple does, is now I can see throughout the course of the day exactly how much activity I have. And your goal should be to close every one of these rings. So how am I doing so far today? Well, I'm moving along pretty well. I've been busy today. Haven't hit the gym yet all, but you know what? I've burned 488 of a goal of 500 calories.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
I do a 30-minute spin class, and I don't get to 488 calories.
I didn't do the 30-minute spin class, but I've been running around QVC and back home with my daughters and things like that. So I had 30 minutes of activity going on today. It's measured right here. And I've also stood up at least once per hour for 9 hours on the day. And I can really deep dive into all of this information.
Oh my,
Again,
look at that.
If you want to. How many steps did I take? I walked a little bit over 3 miles today. I've climbed 6 flights of stairs. What's neat about this, you don't have to be a triathlete. You don't have to be leading your CrossFit class to think about getting yourself into better shape. And with this information right here on the wrist, it's not going to turn you into a superstar NBA basketball player tomorrow. What it's going to do, it's going to give you little nods of encouragement to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go walk the dogs, but I'm going to take an extra lap around the block. Or I'm going to park in the back of the parking lot so I can get a few extra steps in. Or maybe I'll do a little bit of meditation throughout the day, because that's also a feature in here where they give you nudges to take a breath. Just to take a moment out of your day and say, you know what? I'm just going to breathe for a minute and relax. All of this content right here on your wrist. I do a demonstration on how to breathe and relax for a minute, but I think everyone would fall asleep watching at home. But again, all of this content is built right here into your wrist to help you live a healthier, more active lifestyle.
And because this is the Series 5, which again, just a couple weeks ago, Apple announced and released, this is the latest, greatest, it has some safety features too. I love this fall down kind of feature.
Yeah, that's one of the things too. We think about fitness trackers. A lot of people generally go to, oh, the person that's always on the run, right? Well, no, it's really for everybody regarding your health. So there's actually heart rate sensors built in here, and that fall detection that you talked about, you can turn it on and off inside of the application. But the way it works, if you were to fall on the ground, the watch is actually smart enough to realize, oh, by the dramatic flail of your arm, we notice something's not quite right, and you probably fell. It will actually buzz you on your wrist and notify you, and if you don't respond, it'll actually call one of your contacts that you can set aside as an emergency contact, and it'll dial the emergency services number for you to get you medical care. So I know for a lot of people that may have some elderly family members, that they're living alone, you have some concerns. Again, it's a fitness tracker, but there's also a lot of health component built into here. It also has an emergency dial for SOS service.
Wow.
So again, if you just sit there, press and hold the side here, one of the things you'll notice is I actually can call